I need to put a different thumbnail up. Forgive me, newcomers, if I get hammered tonight. So obviously we're going to wait till some people come in, and then we'll start the live stream. Probably pull up some stuff behind me. Holler out if you're here. If you're here to watch and you're here to play some BeamNG poorly, let me know. I don't even know how well it's going to play. Last time it crashed every time we started playing it. What's up, Lead Farmer? What's going on, man? Oh shit, I guess I should check our audio. Yeah, audio's fine. So. Ten of you already. How you guys doing? We'll be talking about some stuff today too, because there's obviously, test the unstable Vulcan release. There's some things that came out recently. Obviously, most currently will be the Alec Baldwin situation, the Alec Baldwin situation. Let's see, how big do we want this? I want to make sure that it's in. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Let's shrink me. Bring me over. Leave some questions as you're coming in. We're just getting set up for this. Bunch of you here today. Hey, here once again. Hey, Brady. What's going on, man? Yeah, like I said, I'll be doing some streaming of this stuff while we're talking today. Obviously, maybe I should move my head to the other side because my damn logo's in my way. There we go. Ignore the couch. It's a little bit dirty today. I had to work on some guns, and you can see by the camera stand there that I was doing a little bit of filming. So, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do it in a window. That way you guys actually see the damn thing. Do I have to shrink myself down a little bit more though? Yeah. How you doing? It's called professionalism, kids. Look it up. Hello, Mike. How you doing from Centerville? Sorry, moving a few things around on the desk. John is here from Chi-Town. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah. Let me know if the audio is okay for you guys. I guess I need to listen though, because I don't know what the audio is going to sound like, and I got to make sure it's not doing anything weird with like music. Go a little bit lower. There we go. See, I'm not lying. We're going to do some BeamNG tonight. Use a D series. Okay. I don't know what that means, but we'll have some fun. Good. I'm glad it sounds good. Don't know why there's so much delay. But apparently you guys can hear me, and that's all that matters. Go ahead and talk about some stuff. Bring up some stuff. I guess the biggest news in the gun world is that Mr. D-Series is a vehicle, gotcha. That Mr. Alec Baldwin got his indictment today, which was a big thing that people were waiting for, as he was expected to get, because he was indicted for the death of the cinematographer. Hey, Ocean Dude, what's up? All of a sudden, oh, when you turn the volume up, it actually works good. You should have a friend coming in around 7:15. Awesome, Brady. You don't. Oh, somebody missed. That's gonna be bad. Oh, yeah, that was a bit of an Uchi. Well, I'm glad you don't get snow there. But yeah, like I said, the main thing is you have Alec Baldwin got indicted for manslaughter, which means he could face up to 5 years in prison for shooting the cinematographer on the set of Rust. Rust or Dust? Let me know. I can't remember what it was. There we go. I have no idea what this car is, but it's going to crash really good. My friends are leaving Monday morning to go to SHOT Show, so that'll be interesting. They're supposedly going to go and visit some of the booths for me, give me some swag, some information, all that stuff. Rust, thank you. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Ooh, that's gonna... Please stop. Thank you. Actually, I want to do free roam, I think. Main menu, there we go. I've not played this since any of the recent updates, so please forgive me if it's getting a little bit crazy. Yeah. You got snow here in New Jersey, but only an inch or so. It snowed here. I was very happily sleeping, and then I checked my ring cameras, and so everything was covered with snow again. So that was a bummer and 3/4, because it was a little freaking annoying. There we go. Cliff. So how do I get a different car? There we go. And we said D series. Where's the D series? D. I have no D series. Apparently I'm not as modified as you are. We'll do this guy. I think I did this car last time. Let's do it again. So that's pretty cool looking. Looks like a BMW mixed with a bit of a Nissan up there, a little Infiniti back here. Well, to quote Grandma, yeet! That didn't work. You have a bit of a question, a war ammo quiz question for me. Where did the saying the whole 9 yards come from? No, I did not. I have no clue. Please tell me. How do I respawn? Option? No. Options? How do I respawn? Help. F5, no, F7. Oh, that's not, oh, that's not good. Oh, oh, seeing which cars can make it down the hill while still running. We're doing okay. This is like in Grand Theft Auto 5. I used to throw my car down Mount Chiliad. It's 50 degrees or cold or normal because it's going to be 50 here tomorrow and it's going to be pretty cold. Ocean dude, you're in Montana. You're in Mammoth County, New Jersey, in Long Branch. You got 6 inches there. Damn, here in Essex it's light, and you're in Cedar Grove. Where's Cedar Grove? Oh, look, it's still moving. Oh yeah. And you believe it was the length of ammo belts for fighters in World War II? Could be wrong. I have no idea, man. That's a good question. Let me know. I'm pushing buttons here. Should I not be pushing buttons? I'm just pushing buttons. You can tell how good I am at this. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I don't want the world editor. Help. Thought you guys knew what this thing works. Anyways, while my car's sitting here just completely destroyed. Yeah, I have no idea. There we go. Reset. Okay, can we make it up the hill? But yeah, no clue. It's a good question. And then, did you guys also see that flight attendant that taped his phone to the toilet seats? Don't you love the gross bastards that exist in this world? I'm sure the people that he's named after were very proud of him, being that they were senior, junior, and a third. What a putz. Piece of shit. Yeah, you got it. Let's go. You deserve 14 pennies. I'll give you 14 pennies. Do you want 14 pennies? I don't know what I'm doing. Map, main menu. It's been so long since I played this thing. And all my upgrades are gone. Oh, grind map. Let's do the Walls of Death. That's a cool looking car. Looks like an old Lumina Z34. They'll take the pennies. I'll buy you pennies. I don't know where to get pennies right now. Oh, this car's not happy. I thought this was Walls of Death. How do people do Let's Plays, man? I confuse the shit out of myself. Am I supposed to hit a wall? That's a flat wall. Don't hit that, please. Still better physics than the current Forza Motorsports. Did you see the other crash? Student pilot, flight instructor, and flight school owner. Yeah, the one with 3 passengers in it. But they also showed that one guy that saved pretty amazingly, and then he died right away too. Unfortunately, yeah. Or did you see just here in Virginia, a guy actually crashed on a Virginia highways? Whatever. Pull this up. Yeah, it was this one. I'm not subscribing to you, USA. Yeah, took off from Dulles International Airport, made an emergency landing on the Northern Virginia Highway. They were notified of a private aircraft making an emergency landing in Loudoun County before 1 p.m. Wow, he was on Loudoun County Parkway, which is actually much smaller than you think. Yeah, Loudoun County Parkway is only 2 lanes on each side. That was pretty crazy. What's up, DB? DB's in Florida. If they can't drive while watching the thing, watching something on their phone, then they're not doing things right, I think. So yeah, let's see. Why is there a picture of that? That's clickbait. This is clickbait. I hate this crap. Southern Airways, let's see, spokesman says in an email, Yeah, he did pretty good. I'm impressed by the guy. Hey, DB, this is from your neck of the woods. No. Ocean Dude, what I'm actually saying to you is get on a flight now. The number of flights that have gone down or caught on fire or crashed recently means that your odds are getting better and better that you're going to be able to fly right now. So keep that in mind. I'm going to play something else. I haven't decided what yet. But I was sucking at the BeamMG, even though I said I was going to play BeamMG. I'd rather just talk to you people. You people are awesome. You're my favies. What else you guys got going on? I'm going to go back to my own channel. My own channel. There we go. Look at that. 7 of us. That's impressive. Like I said, I gave my buddy, he's going to stop at a couple of the booths at SHOT Show. He's going to take a look at the TSOS double stack. They should have that out there. TSOS should have a booth. Gerson should have a booth. I told him to keep me updated on any of those. I talked one of my buddies into ordering the Glock 22X, so we'll see if he does. If he orders those, then I'll probably grab one of those just for fun. I don't know why I clicked on that button. Yes, no, I don't need help with my camera. Go away. My camera app is right next to my other app, so it gets in my way. Oh, shiny. It looks weird. So ask me things. If I have anything else I need to put up, I will. Hey, Joe was messing around trying to practice press check your 320. Ended up dropping it LOL on carpet from standing height. The firearm should be fine. Yeah, man. Should be absolutely fine. I don't anticipate any problems if you're dropping it on carpet. I've launched mine. I dipped mine in cereal and it seemed fine. Let's see. Well, I saw part of the message, Lead Farmer. I will answer it here. I don't know if Nico's here yet. I have not seen him pop up in the chat. No, he hasn't said hello. But yeah, Lead Farmer, I saw your thing. Am I interested in the new 5.7 compact from PSA? PSA is coming out with a compact version of the Rock, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna move my microphone over so that you don't have to deal with my incessant clicking. So they're doing the been looking for Gerson 1911s. Oh, see the new one, yeah. I'm actually at their page right now, so I'm looking at one of their guns. I don't know why it's all posts. Probably should go to the right thing. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing it when it comes out. I have not seen it yet, but when it comes out, it should be pretty interesting because having it being shorter, it's a 5-inch barrel normally, so having a shorter barrel probably is not going to affect the velocity as much as going from a 16 to a 7. So going from a 5 to a 4-ish, I think it's like 4-inch, it should still function about the same. You're going to lose a little bit of ballistics with it, but you're still talking about a round that normally can go anywhere from 1750 to 2100 feet per second. So if you're putting it out of a 4.5-inch barrel, it's probably still going to go 12 to 1500 feet per second, and that's still a pretty devastating round. Excuse me. Would I ever buy a gun just because it was shiny or your favorite color? Yes, I did, in fact. If you go back through the history, you'll see I had a 4-month area where all I was buying was bronze gun. I had a bronze CMMG Banshee, I had a Ruger Precision 22, I had a Canic, I had a bunch of them, and I was going to do all bronze guns because Demo Ranch had all gold guns. And at first I wanted to imitate him and be I wanted to be like the baby Demo Ranch since I didn't have the same money as he does. So that'd be cool. Been looking at Gerson 1911s. Already answered that one. Mo the Bartender, Aimpoint Pro or T2 for the money? I've not messed with a T2. We had a gun with a Pro on it, and I liked it. I mean, optics are an area where I don't recommend just saving money. You should have more of a physical reason why one is better than the other to you. Either you like the reticle, you like the way that if it's got an etched reticle, or if it's a holographic sight, or things like that. Sights are not someplace I would ever suggest saving money, because that is a very important part of it. It's like putting a cheap plastic windshield in your car. It's going to break eventually, a lot sooner than an actual windshield would. So I would say get what you can afford and get the most that you can afford, because yes, you are going to have, let's say you put it on a Diamondback, a $700 rifle with a $1,600 optic on it, but that optic can be moved when you upgrade. Whereas if you try to buy something to save money on it, you're going to wind up buying something, and then you're not going to want to move it onto the next gun. You're just going to leave it on the old gun, at which point it becomes wasted money. My primary arms that I run, I've moved from several different ARs because I like it, and it prevents me from having to go out and put $1,500 into every gun I own for optics, or $600, or whatever the case may be. I suggest getting the best optic that you can afford at the time. Brady got home past 9 last night. Ooh, you're a dangerous scoundrel out there. Boom. Thoughts on the Springfield 1911 TRP and 45 ACP? I like the 1911 in general from TRP, or the TRP series. 45 is my preferred caliber in a 1911. I can't pick it up, but got a 1911 up there. I got a 938 inside my computer right now that I'm working on. So I do like 45 ACP, and I think the TRP can actually handle it. None your damn business. Hey Jiminy, I got a question, and I know your stance on subcompact, but can you get your hands on the PSA micro daggers and do a short on it? I will definitely try. In the next couple of months, I have a lot of plans for the channel. As a business owner, I have to wait for all my W-2s from when I was helping other companies. But as soon as I file my taxes, the vast majority of what I get back will be going directly into the channel, and that includes probably a few handguns and a few rifles. I'm grabbing Daniel's M1 carbine. He got an M1 carbine. He said I can borrow it, so I'm going to grab that and take that out and do some videos with that. Probably take my Mini 14 and a couple of my other guns out with it. I've never had a Mini 30, so it'll be interesting to shoot. I just got to pick up some 30 carbine. Also, I'm bidding on an Automag 3. Thank you for reminding me. I have to see if that thing's gone off yet. I know that I believe bidding opened on it, so give me a second here as we're talking. It's up to $1,000 with 4 days left. You know, honestly, that is not bad. Kimber 1911's only got 3 bids. It's got 4 days on it. So, yeah, I'm definitely watching these guys, because a Automag 3 right now goes for a lot more than that. Automag 3 is the 30 caliber. So, yes, you know who I am. Damn it. Completed. About, let's see, ended 33 bids, 1,800, 9 bids, 1,800, 8 bids, 1,600. So they've come down a little, they've come down a little bit. I think a lot of people are trying to cash in on them right now. But if I can get it for like 1,200, I might have to pick that guy up. That would be a good one. Are the high point carbines that bad? Honestly, high point carbines are not that bad. They run more reliably than the pistols do. So if you have the ability to get a high point carbine and it's not too much money, that's the big thing. During COVID, man, they went nuts in terms of price. They should be like a $240 gun, but they went to like $500. And sorry, I saw a name in the comments. But yeah, if you can get one for like 250 bucks, then I would say, yeah, might as well have some fun with it. Dave, did I see your message? No, I didn't. Retype it, please. We're getting a lot of questions flowing through, so I want to make sure to just breeze through them. Buy once, cry once, absolutely. Papa John's for me, Ocean Dude, just because they have the barbecue chicken pizza. I like that. Shoot says the new TRP is awesome, LOL. He would say a box of toilet paper is awesome. LOL. Hey, it's a me. Are you a Fed? Probably. Hey, just because you're 13 doesn't mean you're not a Fed, buddy. Was messing. Yeah, I answered the question about your P320. Like I said, if you have a P320 and you drop it on carpet, you're probably fine. You're not going to be in too much danger there. Yeah, shoot. I'm going to look at this catalog while we're talking, see if they got any other pistols that are being reasonable. They said the Automag is decent. There's only 8 bids on it, so it's not like everybody's going crazy over it. A 90s Colt Anaconda is like at 800 bucks, so I may bid on that at some point. Is that a Bursa TPR? No. TP9. Ew, Micro 9. Ugh. Ruger Target pistol. Yeah, there's a few that I'm still watching, but they got a few days left, so I'm not too worried about those. What we got here? Mo the Bartender, what's your opinion on multiple ARs versus 1 or 2? ARs are like Legos for adults. I really feel that if you build a lower that you really like, that you can interchange the uppers pretty easily. I have a few, but I understand the concept of doing dedicated builds for dedicated use. You may have one that's for close quarters, so you have a pistol with the brace on it. You may have one that's for regular shooting, so it's standard 5.56 or 2.23, but 5.56 for me, with like a red dot on it with no magnification, anything like that. And then you may have one that you want to take out a little bit farther, so you got a 2.23 wild barrel on it, and you might have a magnified scope on it. And then you have the different calibers, so if you want to build one that's 300 blackout that's dedicated for that, then you keep it separate from the 5.56. So yeah, you can wind up with quite a few. Again, it comes back to buy what you can afford. If you can only afford one gun, just buy some uppers until you can afford more lowers. But if you go on PSA, you can get lowers pretty cheaply. Nunya, you're going to try to catch a stream when you get home. Sounds good, man. Do I still have my Rossi 22? No, I sold that right away. I did my videos with it and got rid of it. What was the Taurus pistol a while ago that if you looked at it the wrong way, it would go off? The GX4 was having that problem. It came up to light that the GX4 was having discharge problems. The old PT Millenniums were pretty bad with drop safeties, and the curve wasn't that good. I love this. This has turned into a missing persons live stream. But yeah, the GX4 had its problems. They're under recall. SIG still has an open recall on the 320, so if you have an original one in the first 3 or 4 years, I believe it was, a manufacturer, you can go to the SIG's website, call their customer service, and I think they even have a warranty page. Ruger has a, Walter has a recall on the 22 caliber handgun because they can go off when they're being decocked, and the Taurus are still under recall for the GX4s. So those are the ones that I know of right this moment that have full recalls on them. Why are we looking for Nico? We're cool without Nico, man. This is turning into a weird thing. Stop calling out people's names. We're good. We're good. There's only 8 people in the stream and half of you are calling for somebody. Stop. Weirdos. Yeah, like I said, I'm watching that Automag. I hope to get that Automag. I'm going to go to Palmetto. Let's see. Ooh, did you see they're doing the Rock Blem, a complete Blem, for 359 bucks? You should probably grab that, guys. That's actually cool. 10 mags for 200 bucks, so you can get the whole thing for less than the cost of the gun. Actually, that's a pretty good deal. You guys should go over there. Dave, Joe, you got a new SIG 226 from a private party transfer. You checked the firearm for flaws, did not find any from the FFL. Notice it has a wear mark on top of the barrel where the slide would meet. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to get across, Dave. Are you saying you think they did something to it? I can tell you that any gun that has a breech lockup like that, I can't pick it up. I have 2 barrels sitting here that would be a good example. Any gun that has a breech lockup, like a 226 does, just from racking it a bit, you can wind up with some scrapes and scratches on there. And plus, the person you bought it from may have tried to hide it using like an acrylic marker or something. So if you're asking me if it could have gotten damaged or if they did something funky with it, if it's a legitimate FFL, they shouldn't have messed with your gun. They should have just checked it for clear and put it back in the box and put it back on the shelf. Yeah, Dave, I have to ask this question because I would put it back on the seller. How many rounds were shot through the gun? You said you bought it private party used. How many rounds did he say he shot out of it? Because if you put more than a mag through a SIG, you're going to get wear on top of the breech lockup. I'll actually make a video using a couple of mine, and then I'll upload them as a short to show you. I have guns with 50 to 75 rounds through it where the top of the barrel where it meets and locks up will get scratched up. Because you have to understand, you have 2 surfaces that are basically, they are touching. So, and it has a super, pretend like the edge of my phone here is the curve for the breech lockup. The slide is literally locking against it. So when it fires, it's sliding on the top of the barrel every single time on top of the chamber. So it's going to scratch it. So unless 0 rounds doesn't mean it wasn't test fired, but I would still, honestly, I would believe a seller or a dealer over a seller in most cases if he's legitimate. I haven't seen the gun. I don't know the ad that you bought it off of, or the person, if you saw it in person before you bought it. So I can't honestly say, but something sounds funky to me. Somebody's not telling the sympathizer. We are not doing private sales through this chat, so don't ask that again. Otherwise, I'll have to time you out, bro. Top 5 must-own firearms. Hey, Jeremiah. Top 5 must-own firearms. You need an AR, you need an AK, you need a pump shotgun, you need a 1911, and yes, you need a Glock. 5 right there. And they're all the most common ones out there. Yeah, it's from cycling, Dave. Dave, no matter what, I mean, you can hand cycle the gun and you'll get the same mark, but under firing, you're going to get those scratches. So either the seller told you a lie that it had 0 rounds through it, or he sat and dry fired it a lot. So I really wish I had a better answer for you without seeing the gun itself. God damn, that's a cheap one. Shoot. Yeah, we'll be doing that. No protection. You just want to know how it happened. Yeah, brother. I really wish I had an answer for you. So I'll be doing that later. So I'm not giving my credit card information out on a live stream. That would almost be negligent on my point. Yeah. I've noticed that CZ's barrels do the exact same thing, the coating on it. Yeah, and again, you have to understand that when a breech lockup gun fires, now Glocks, their coating on their barrels is much better than a lot of companies. Some companies use a much stronger finish. SIG uses a pretty cheap finish. Taurus uses a cheap finish, so their GX4s, their G2Cs, or G3Cs all get those marks. My Dan Wesson DWX $2,000 handgun, I actually had to polish the barrel because at like 400, 500 rounds, the entire top of the chamber was scratched to hell. So I wound up actually having to sand it all down. It was pretty bad. Yep. All right. So Jeremiah, thank you for checking in. Where'd you check in from, brother? Ocean Dude, unlimited one choice of ammo or your dream guns? My choice of unlimited ammo would be just straight up 45 ACP. There's plenty of guns that fire it. Every pretty much manufacturer carries a gun that fires 45 ACP. Brady, just out of curiosity, was I affected by the bump stock ban? Yes, every single person that owned a gun that had a bump stock was affected by the bump stock ban, because that was on the federal level, not the state level. So what wound up happening is everybody that owned a bump stock, you either had two choices. For those of you that didn't pay any attention to it, you had to either remove the bump stock from the firearm, or you had to register the firearm as an SBR, which they were doing for free, but it was a non-trust single-use SBR tax stamp, which meant you couldn't put anybody else on it. If you wanted anybody else on it, you had to apply for a regular tax stamp at $200. Also, the number of people that actually filed for those was so low that it got overturned, as we all know, or it has an injunction in place right now, and it will be getting overturned because it's an unconstitutional thing when there are 30 million of them out there, and they're trying to say you can't have them, and I think less than 0.0001% of people actually applied for it. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. You watch all my content, Crime Boss. I miss the live streams, and sometimes, though. Glad you caught this one. Glad you came along, man. I'm just hitting. It's snowing out. I was gonna play some BeamNG, but man, it turns out I suck at it, and not that many people were interested in it, so we dived off of that. I am waiting for some components, and then I'm gonna do a live stream building a water-cooled computer, but I'm waiting for the case and a couple of other components to show up. So as soon as those show up, I'll be doing that. I really wish I could do stuff like open that case that's back in the corner over there and show you what's in it, but unfortunately I can't. Really wish I could. I got that case from work and it was free, and I filled it with guns. So now it's sitting there with guns in it. Also, I got reached back out to, and it looks like I'm going to be getting some more safes from our good friends at Banggood. So thank you, Banggood. They will be shipping those out to me. They just messaged me today, so they're going to be sending those out over time. They're releasing 5 this year, 5 different models, so they're going to send me one of each to do some reviews on. Where's the red drink? I didn't feel like making red drink. I have the empty bottle sitting here, but I'm just drinking some Sprut Zero. Sprut, brought to you by the company Call, because they're not sponsors, so they don't get their name brand shown. Also, I'm not paying to plug them, so yes, Sprott from Krog. Do I need fittings? You have 16 millimeter outer diameter thermal takes available. Nope, believe it or not, because it's going to be a computer for work, I'm running softline, and I have plenty of fittings for that. I've got literally the softline tubing's over there, the radiator, the pump, everything is ready to go. I'm just waiting on the case. I'm going to be using the Corsair 4000D with the X99 system, and that's going to go to my office. I don't need anything like mega powerful, but 5960X and a Strix R9 Fury should be plenty for office work, which is all I need it for. Appreciate the offer, though. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at that Palmetto thing, and it's really intriguing to me what they're doing today. Let's see what they're doing for SHOT Show deals. See if they're doing anything fun. Blem PSA lowers complete. Magpul MOE furniture stealth lower black, $150. They're doing complete everything except the lower receiver for $300. Somehow they found some tool ammo sitting in the back. The MSR red dot's $80. That's not a bad price. CMC triggers at $175. That's not really that good a deal. You can get that anywhere. They're doing their AK9 for $1,100, so it's a little bit too much money. Holosun 403, they're doing it for $124. That's what I have on my AK. Let's see, their binary triggers or their standard. PSA for, yeah, $850 for their AR-15 in 9. That's a little expensive. Jeremiah, you're glad that I mentioned the 1911 as a must-have for every gun owner. It's just a classic design, and with varying price points, it's certainly a handgun everyone should own, even with small capacity. Yeah, and it's just, it's kind of in the handbook. So the 5 that I named are the 5 most prolific guns in the gun owner world, and everybody should have them just because it gets you cemented as a gunophile, a gun nut, a gun lover, and it just yeah, absolutely, those 5 are mine. You wish Bull Armory was available in California. Yeah, or you can just move to the United States and then you can buy whatever you want, Dave. Ocean Dude, what's the normal operating temperature of the coolant in my PC? If you're talking about idle and in light task work, right now I can tell you that it's maxing out right now at 27 degrees Celsius, so that's close to ambient. Right now my room is about 65 degrees, so I think it's like 22 degrees ambient, so 5 degrees over ambient. Under gaming it'll hit 50. The 12900K can run a little bit hot. It's a 250 watt chip, so when you hit it with a lot of load, it can actually ramp up quite a bit. Jeremiah, you're torn between 40 cal and 10 millimeter 1911. Figure you might as well just get the 10 millimeter. Yeah, I would suggest getting the 10 millimeter. Here's a secret for you: 10 millimeter will fire 40 cal. You just have to use the hot stuff to knock back the slide on the 1911. But yeah, I would do the 10 mil. Jenny, Brady, yes, there are 40 cal 1911s out there. They're usually competition guns because competition 40 cal gets the same power factor as 45, but you get more rounds in it. It's just super uncommon. Yeah, Springfield Armory did the Emperor two-tone in it. Let's see. I think Nighthawks Customs did one. Rock Island does their TAC Ultra match in 40 Smith & Wesson. But yeah, there are a few guns out there that run the 40 cal because of the power factor. Ocean Dude, 45 ACP is like your girlfriend's fat older brother. He might be slow, but if he gets you, you're done. It's more like a drunk guy. Mo the bartender. Mo, I'm just gonna call you Mo from now on. Mo, what's your ideal carry gun? I carry a 1911. That's my ideal carry gun. I'm extra accurate with a 45 ACP 1911 platform. I'm very used to how they shoot. And yes, 8+1, so I get 9 in the first volley, and then my backups are 8-round Wilson Combat Mags. So yeah, I do have to reload to get out as many rounds as a Glock 17, but if I can get 9 out of 17 rounds on target with 45, it's going to do more than some dude just blinking and mag dumping all over the place and getting one hit with a 9. So you want a 1911 single shot chambered in 45-70 and maybe a metal wrist. There are some crazy ass 1911s out there. There's the 460 Roland. I don't know if you ever saw that. And you can, it was a kit that you can do. Looks like Roland is still doing them. So you can run a 460 Roland round. You can do it for the XDM as well. That's crazy. Glock 30, Glock 41, Glock 21, you can do it for all of those. So that's a pretty cool one. Shoot, you've been carrying a 1911 this last year and a half too. You went with Rock Island Officer's model for your carry piece. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Let's do a Google search. I believe there was one. It was on Forgotten Weapons. It was, oh man, the grip was lengthened. It was a, yes, it's on DB. Sorry. Can't get to every question right away because a lot of people keep throwing questions out there. Most powerful. Let's see, obviously they do 22, 10 on, 9, 38 Super, 460 Roland. 460 Roland, yeah, that was crazy. Somebody did 9x23. 50 GI, obviously. 400 Corbon, that was a big round. go bite me. Everybody knows 22 TCM. Oh, I read that wrong, Mo. I thought you were asking for advice on an EDC knife with a light. Nope, don't have an idea for an EDC with a light. That's weird. Get hosed, hosers. Why is this not coming up? Come on. Wow. We're just having one of those days. Just one of those days. Exit this program. My Steam is acting up. I can't access it. It's driving me nuts. Yar. It's like a steering wheel in me pants. It's driving me nuts. I was over at Middletown today trying to get some help, but man, let's talk about 6 Hour 938 for a second, huh, fellas? Trying to change the trigger on one of those. We were using a press, 10-ton press. Couldn't get the trigger roll pin out because it was bending the frame, and yeah, we decided to stop. I have to send that back in a SIG. All I wanted to do was change the trigger. You have to disassemble the gun almost all the way down to nothing just to do it. And we were going to do it, but yeah, couldn't get it out. So I was going to put in a Gray Guns trigger, but yeah, it didn't work. What's the biggest gun you own and or biggest caliber gun? The biggest caliber gun that I own currently, if we're talking about handgun, is probably going to be a 44 Magnum revolver. I wish I had a Smith & Wesson 500. I don't. Biggest caliber rifle, I do have a 1895 SBL that I got for a steal, and that's in 4570, so that's the biggest rifle I own. I don't own like elephant guns. I'm not Kentucky Ballistics. I don't have 700 BMGs and things like that. I don't like shooting super heavy cartridges because I've said it before. I'm not a rifle guy. I'm a pistol guy. The 30-30 beats me up a little bit. I actually have to let the buttstock off of my shoulder when I'm firing and just take the recoil because I don't like the way it feels. Because when I was 14 or 15, I broke the top of my my arm off. It was like an internal decapitation of my arm. So I went over the handlebars of a bike, landed on my elbow. Right here on my elbow, and when I landed, I actually jammed the humerus into the socket and snapped the ball off the top of my arm. So yeah, and when it healed, it didn't heal quite right because they didn't do surgery, which was impressive. So I have no pins or anything in the arm, but what they did was somebody had to manipulate it, and they basically put the bone back on top of the other piece of bone while also reinserting it into my socket. And then they did a half cast, which went over the top of my shoulder, down my arm, under my elbow, and back up. And then it was wrapped tightly because they couldn't do like a real cast because I couldn't keep my arm like this for a month. So they did it was like a walking cast for your arm so I could still swing it a little bit. And then, yeah, I used to take it off because I wanted to play computer. So needless to say, it didn't heal quite right. So it pinches a nerve when I have my arm all the way up, like right there, the entire arm goes completely numb because I have a pinched nerve because I didn't let it set right. So I don't like shooting big guns. DB, Rock Island's putting out a bunch of 40 cal 1911s. Yeah, 40 cal is never going to go away. It's too popular. Was T Colt 1905 the Colt 1911 before the 1911? Ocean Dude, you have to type that in a different version of English. I can't read that. They make affordable 40 cal 1911s. You rock the lower and mid-level 1911s. You just can't justify the extreme prices of some of those top shelf 1911s. Just crazy to you. Yes. Every now and then I'll get a high-end 1911 and I'll shoot it and I'll enjoy it, but it doesn't have enough of a difference for me to justify keeping a $2,500, $3,000, $4,000 1911. Not saying I don't. I'm just saying that I don't like to keep them. I don't like to keep more than one. And so yeah, I'll buy one. I'll shoot it a little bit, see how I like it, and then I'll dump the thing. I was really going to do some research, but it was snowing today, and I spent some time outside. You don't blame me about shooting big guns or stout recoil firearms. It's just not that fun after a few rounds, and factoring your shoulder injury, you agree you wouldn't be into that either. Yeah, and then in terms of long range shooting, I don't do a lot of that because with my degenerative nerve disorder, I can't actually aim well enough to do like long distance shooting very well. I have to shoot between the sway. That's actually how I shoot pistol. I actually sway a lot, so I have to shoot within the sway. It's kind of like when a sniper says they shoot between breaths. I have to, because I'll start doing this when I start shooting after a while, because I can barely stand, and I have to shoot between the swaying. Yeah, I know. Some people dipped out because I'm not playing BMG. I'm opening it back up. Jeez. It's almost like they came here for the promise of me doing something. I guess I could play something else. What do we have? Let's see what games he has. I'm not going to play Ready or Not because that might be deemed way too violent. Plus, I can't hear it, so I'm going to die a lot unless I cheat. Can't play Cyberpunk because I can't hear it. Fallout VR, nope, because I'm not putting on my VR. Half-Life Alyx, that's still VR. Injustice 2, I don't have my... Oh yeah, it's up there. Nah, we're gaining people. Nah, it fluctuates. It's cool. Was it Colt 1905 the Colt 1911's bigger brother? They both shoot 45 in the ACP, and the 1905 is older than the 1911. Ocean Dude, if you want to see a great historical video, it's not historical, but a great video on the history of what led up to the 1911 final design, go to Forgotten Weapons and look at Ian's thing of it. He shows how it goes from the 1901 to 1903 to 1905 to 1907 to the 1909 to the eventual 1911. The 1905 has a lot of the features that were eventually going to be adopted into a 1911 in terms of like overall designs, but the lockup, if I'm not mistaken, had that that front cross pin on it. Why is this doing this to me today? All right. I believe the original one did. So the 1905, 1911, when you say that, Colt 1905. So, yep, it does. It's what I thought. If you take a look at one closely, you'll see some of the features. Like it's got the overall design, but there's a cross pin that's actually the retainer. There's no big removable slide lock slide release. There's no external manual safety. The sights are close to what they wound up being, but you'll also notice that the grip angle is different. It has more of a 1903 design to it versus the 1911's eventual design. So yeah, it has some similarities, but many differences. You'll also notice that it does not have a traditional mag release like the 1911 does. So it is like from the beginning where the 1911 eventually took a lot of its design features from. PCC choices. For PCCs, right now I've got sitting back there, well that's not a carbine, that's a pistol back there, but that is my AK-9 from the NAC-9 from Cougar over in Romania. PCCs I would recommend, believe it or not, I would recommend the Ruger PCC with the tactical kit because it gives you a buttstock and a pistol grip. Kel-Tec Sub 2K, yeah, I know it's a little bit janky and it's got a reciprocating bolt, but you can change that with a couple of kits. Next, I would probably say any AR-9 with a 16-inch barrel running some hot loads. But if you're going to run a pistol caliber rifle, in my opinion, I'd go PDW versus PCC, unless your state prohibits you from being able to carry them. But I would do an AR-9 with a 10-inch barrel or a 7.5-inch barrel. My NAC-9 has a 10-inch barrel. I would recommend going with guns with shorter barrels because pistol calibers don't really benefit from a 16-inch barrel, and in fact it can actually slow down some rounds because by the time you're getting the round out, it has too much dwell time in the barrel and it can actually slow the round down. So I would recommend actually going with something a little bit shorter if you're going to run pistol caliber. Fort Lauderdale, did you finally get there, huh? It's Nico here yet, unless you're Nico. Did I get punched in the eye? No. Do I look like I got punched in the eye? I'm very tired. No, I'm just looking extra Asian because my eyes hurt. I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but the beginning of the year is always a little stressful on me. You got taxes coming up and things like that, and I'm trying to work on my business, so no. And if you see the this eye droop down a little bit, that's just because it's tired. Before LASIK, it was like a crazy lazy, so like it would just kind of roll up, and then I'd have to literally shut it all. Also, I have what's called photophobia. Um, my eye is extremely sensitive to light on this side. So if you ever see me outside and I'm not wearing sunglasses, this eye is always closed. In fact, I drive like that. I do most things like that when I'm not trying to live stream. Like I can very comfortably sit like this for the rest of the live stream. Ocean Dude. Backpack gun. Yep, got it. Thank you. Yeah, I would recommend the shorter barrel sympathizer. It's better in my opinion. Ocean Dude, what is one gun that you do not recommend? I have had a few guns come through the channel that I don't recommend. I don't recommend the Diamondback DB9, not the DB9R because that's the AR9, that's DB9 rifle, but the DB9 pistol, it's in its 4th generation now, and it just has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that it's an unreliable handgun. And in fact, the front of the slide that holds the recoil spring breaks off on those because it's not a good steel that they're using. It is steel, but it's not a good steel. So that would be like a major one I don't recommend. I also don't recommend, just simply as a company, I don't recommend Chiappa Firearms. Chiappa is a little bit of an odd one in that they just buy companies that make firearms. They're kind of like Freedom Group. However, Freedom Group didn't change all these company names to Freedom Group. They didn't change Remington to Freedom Group, Para to Freedom Group Guns, any of that stuff. But Chiappa will buy companies and designers and then call the guns their own, which is number one, misleading at the least, and number two, dangerous at the worst, because they're buying up companies that are cheap, rebranding their guns under their name, and then selling them as Chiappas, and they wind up exploding or breaking or costing hundreds of dollars because they're pieces of crap, and no gun store will buy them back for anything after you've shot them, so, or even after you sign the paperwork. You literally were going to get a DB9. Man, run. Don't do it. If you want to spend a couple of $100, buy a G3C. More capacity, better shooting gun, better recoil control, and it's basically a G3C is like an upgraded Glock 26. So you get 12 rounds. The G3C comes with 3 magazines, so you get 3 12-round magazines, plus a gun that takes down exactly like a Glock, services just like a Glock, and runs just like a Glock. So I would suggest for a couple of $100, get a G3C and just do that. If you get the right one, make sure you look at the rear sight. You want to get the one that takes Glock sights. That way you can upgrade them super easy. Now, I would never recommend putting stock Glock sights on a G3C, but the aftermarket for Glock 26 sights is so good. You can get a really nice set of night sights. You can get some fiber optic sights. You can go on Amazon and get a really nice set of sights for like $60 to $80, and then you have under $300 into a gun with 3 mags and decent reliability. G3 Tactical is sick. Yep, I've had a couple of those. I'm probably picking up another one of those. That's one of those guns. If it's a modern build gun that I know is going to be in production for a while, I'll get one, shoot it on the channel, or just do some videos on the channel and then get rid of them. I kind of don't want to do that moving forward in 2024, so the guns that I'm picking up from this point forward stay in the collection. That's it. They're just going to stay here, especially since Banggood is going to be sending me 5 more gun safes. Might as well put them to use. So that's my goal. I will be doing that as 2024 moves on. Mentioned doing some meetup at the range with Middletown. Still going to work on the logistics of that because it would be summer at the soonest. I want to get out to the range, but the last few Tuesdays, the weather hasn't been cooperating, and I don't feel like going out there in the snow. I don't like going out there and shooting by myself in the snow, so I want to get a couple of my buddies out there with me that will help me waste some time and waste some ammo. Ocean Dude, what's my thoughts on 80%? If you're talking about the 80%ers that are non-serialized that you can build however you want, I don't really have an opinion on them. Here's the thing. I believe that the violent criminals should not have access to guns. I believe everybody else should. So I also believe that if you want to build your own gun, please go for it. The 80% lowers it was created to support the community that doesn't believe in registering or doing paperwork for firearms. Okay, that's fine. But personally, I don't have a problem. I'm instantly approved. I can buy 100 handguns at a time and I'll get instantly approved. So for me, it's never been an issue. I've never had a reason to want to build my own guns. And I'm a gunsmith, so I don't like working on my own guns. That's very common. I was a mechanic. I hated fixing my own cars. My Durango's sitting outside. It needs suspension work. I've got the parts sitting in the back of it. I've been meaning to work on that thing for 4 months. I just don't like doing it because I was a mechanic for 20 years. I was a body guy for 20 years. My dad's Challenger needs some paint work. I just don't feel like doing it. Yeah. Only keepers now. Hey, Snatch. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that either. That's why I got a couple of my cases out. Like that case, it's got a bunch of guns in it that I'm going to be getting rid of. Probably taking down to my buddy's store. I'm going to be helping him tomorrow. 80s are a waste of time. You smell toast. I smell onions right now. Hey, Ocean, you're an ambulance. Is that what you meant? Call him an ambulance? I called him an ambulance. Yeah, ambulance. You know, I'm funny. One thing I'm thinking about doing this year is taking neglected guns and bringing them back. Doing like some rebuilds, rebluing, customization, things like that, and taking some of these neglected firearms and making them beautiful. And I'm talking about like high polished nickels and high polished bluing, things like that, kind of like the way old Colts, the high-end Colts used to be done. I'm thinking about doing that on some guns, making them look super nice. Oh God. Hey, if anybody's looking for the 1895 SBL lever action, they're in stock at PSA. They're $1,800, which is a little high in my opinion, but they're there. Hold on, I gotta message my buddy about the PSA rocks. Do. Snatchy, anything you'd like to see come out of SHOT 24? I have a couple of my buddies that are going to be walking around. They know the kind of guns that I'm into, and they're going to definitely be walking around and checking them out for me. I double stack 1911s are high on my list this year. I want to get them all, at least for reviews. So I've got the Gerson 2311. I want the new TSOS 2311 when that comes out. And yeah, there's a few other ones that I'm definitely keeping my eyes on. Like I said, excuse me, I have to send this picture to my buddy. Holy shit. Need. Yes. 360. Cause. Blem. Anyways, alright, there we go. Body guys are not of this planet. Engine work and suspension work is the way. I owned a body shop and I did mechanic work for 15 years at the dealership I used to work at. I've done everything in the automotive business, and body shopping is kind of hard to do, but once you get into it, you kind of love it. I loved doing the work. I loved fixing cars. I loved taking cars that other people had just shitterized and making them look really nice. Am I ready to move the Mitchell yet? No. Body guy. Oh, so Mike is asking, so if you have a CCW, you're not limited to one gun a month. That is correct, Mike, and you're over in Centerville, so it's good news for you. However, CCW rules did change. You're not allowed to just go and do it online. You have to do classes in person. But yes, in the state of Virginia, if you do not have a concealed carry weapons permit, you are only allowed to buy one handgun per 31 days. You have to wait 31 days after buying a handgun in order to buy your next one, because I have a concealed carry license and a seller's license, so I've done a couple of different background checks, and I own suppressors, so I've done even more background checks. But yes, the CCW allows me to purchase as many handguns as I want every month. But yeah, no, I am not moving to Mitchell, which is within, see, YouTube, it's right there, but it's not in my hand. Shit. Trigger fell out of my computer. That's not something I say every day. Would you re-nickel plate your great-grandmother's Remington model 12 gauge for you? Let the man works. What I would suggest is send me an email through the about section here. Let me see some pictures of it. Now, depending on what it needs, it might not be worth it. It might just be because it's a like a personalized thing. You know, it's one of those things where you just like it. It might not be worth it to it. Hey, no texting during a live stream. Sorry, officer. I didn't realize that the live stream was coming the other direction. Texting feds 2 will flag a call in. Jesus, DB, you're a little bit goofy. Yeah, he's like, get it, man. Yeah, I kind of want it. It's really good looking. Here, it doesn't show the price, so I can show it to you guys. So this is the, like I said, it's 360 bucks. They say it's a blem, so it's probably got like a nick in the finish or something is just off a little bit. But optics ready right out of the box. It's got that cool barrel and it's threaded. So yeah, I might have to get this guy. Auto versus pump 12 gauge for home defense and to scare your daughter's boyfriend when she's older. Sympathizer, I would suggest a pump action. Semi-automatic is cool, but there is always the chance, depending on what brand you buy, you might have a hiccup. If you buy a Turkish one, there's always the chance that you could wind up buying a lemon. If you wind up with the Turkish gun, sometimes they don't feed right. So if you want reliability, you got to go pump. Anytime. Love to take a photo. Not of me. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. SL8, god damn it. I've got 200 Pokemon cards for you, man. Just buy those from me. I want to buy this dagger. Excuse me, this 5.7. You're kind of interested in the new Smith & Wesson, not a Glock SDV. You're not sure if your message registered. No, I'm not seeing it, Dave. You'll have to put it back up. Retype it, brother. Sorry, sometimes when you start typing these ones, everybody else runs over them, and I don't know why. It seems to only be with yours. Pump with pistol grip, would you get both? What do you mean I'm not in frame? Oh, I don't want to be in frame. I'm just showing you the gun. I'll pull myself back in frame in a second. I don't care if you can't see my face. There. He's back in frame, guys. Yeah, he's back in. Well, we'll just leave that as my background now that I'm back in frame. Am I back in frame? Yeah, I'm back in frame. Okay. Stealth Arms Platypus. I've played with one. We had a customer who ordered one brand new, had it shipped in, and I got to play with it a little bit. Sorry, I have to make sure I don't show logos. Good. That's what we call real sexy. But yeah, he had one. He brought in a, it was the gray and black, kind of like this rock that's up on the screen. Yeah, I have to type fast because I never know what's going to come up. I've been thinking about this because, believe it or not, you can go here. They've actually got a couple of these bad boys in stock. They got 4 of this one in stock. So it already has it in there. Let's view in the builder. Look at that. We'll get there in a minute. Give me a second. We're taking a look at the stealth platypus. You think a few of you should not be allowed to have firearms? That's big talk for a Fed there, little buddy. What I don't like is that it appears... No, that's the 5-inch barrel. Yeah. What do you guys think of that one? The optic is not included, so it doesn't come with the SRO for 1,700 bucks. But, yeah, it does take Glock mags, which is interesting. I do find it interesting that it has an insert for the grip module, but this is all separated. So even though it does have a beaver tail, I believe you have to remove all of this to change the rear main spring. But yeah, that's pretty good. And that's with the 3 to 3.5 pound trigger in it, so that's not overly light. Fiber optic front. I like that one. So he said the had to make sure let's see, is this the one you're talking about, the new one? No, shut up. No, I'm not accepting your cookies. The cuts look better, but it really doesn't do much for me. And at 350 bucks, it's got to do some stuff. Two-tone OD green is life. It's got the trigger. It's got an almost flat face trigger with the trigger safety, which is decent. It has the enlarged slide lock slide release. It has, that's like a Taurus, slightly SIG mag release cover. The cuts do look a lot better than the previous version. I'm still not a fan of this. I would not have done this. That was just a personal thing. And I'm hoping that they metal reinforce the frame like they did with the other M&P 2.0s. Yeah, I'm having to ignore some of what's going on in the chats here. You guys are being a little bit goofy. Yeah, we can just leave that up for now. It's a beautiful gun. Here, we'll... Yeah, that would look good in the collection. And honestly, $1,700 is not a hateful price for a 2011, especially one that's got a little bit of a difference in that it uses Glock mags versus the standard ones. One thing that would definitely have to go, and it's a design flaw that a lot of these manufacturers do, is they use a standard slide lock slide release. That slide lock slide release gets really difficult to hit when you have a gun that's this wide. So you can see how wide it is. Sorry I didn't clear it before I showed it to you, but yeah. When your gun is not thin, that slide lock slide release doesn't actually work well. Probably street for $250. I think they're going to probably street for closer to $299. If they're asking $350, they don't have a lot of room left in them. They're streeting at MSRP of $349, which means that, yeah, I'd probably say $299 is probably going to be there. Yeah, well, no, DB's doing what I would want him to do. Thank you. Sorry, Brady. He didn't time you out. He just deleted your messages. You're getting a little bit excited, is the way I'm going to put it. Thin frame or full frame? What are you talking about? Oh, so that's those ones. I still think that's nice. I like the integrated magwell and the flared magwell, so you could take that magwell off and then you could have that magwell for stuff. You like cheap guns and you cannot lie. Well, again, comparatively, it's a little bit cheaper. I am noticing also that it's not a 2011. It's a high capacity 1911 because none of this comes off. This is all one piece. And yes, I did remember that right. This is actually a removable backstrap, so it is a 1911 with high capacity. It's really hard to see because this version of it does not have the different color, but it does use an actual backstrap. It just has the same grip texture all the way around it, so that is a full 1911. Yes, it does look good in black. It's just a little plain because when you go back to the builder, right? So this is the actual inspiration for the whole lineup, right? This is the Perry the Platypus. This is the gun that started the whole name for the Platypus. So once you start doing stuff like that, that's pretty cool. But mine would probably be, this is what the guy had sent in. So his was cut for Hollow Sun. I would do a couple little things, like I would definitely run the squared off trigger guard, full length dust cover, that's 100% me. 3-finger groove chain link. Let's see, no, I like it flat. I like the Trident. I like the straight trigger, fiber optic, HO7, sight height. I'd probably run high because I have a suppressor, funnel, ambies. Where is my threaded barrel? Hello? Where is the threaded barrel? Anybody seen the threaded barrel? There it is. Hey, you cannot have these in those states. Boo-hoo. So yeah, that's what I would actually run. I like that color keyway. And of course you can customize the finish too. So you got things like up here. You can do that. You don't like front serrations? Well, you like the front serrations. I like the, you can see though they cut the frame, the slide, so you can still front rack it. But I like the porting, personal. I mean, you could run classic or the dual or the chain link to match the rest of the gun. I don't know if I would do that though. So you get the slide backfill. Probably do it in gray. Oh my God. Those are all the different colors you can choose from. So I would probably do the slide in that color. Probably do the frame in that color too. There you go. I would do the engraving in red. Do that. Tack rail backfill. No, I'd leave that black. Serial engraving. I would do that in red. No, I'd do it in gray. Stealth engraving, red. Yeah, so that's where I'd be getting into. You can even customize these. Do a red lever. Red lever. Yeah, I'm not even looking right now. Dude, you guys got me all tied up in doing this. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's the nice color. Serrated aerating. Lego's here, yay. Hi Lego, hi Lego, hi Lego. Hello, Dewey. Well, here's the deal though. I kind of want to buy that Automag 3, so I'm going to wait and see what happens with the Automag first. If the Automag goes for a good price, then I'm going to buy the Automag first. Yeah, there you go. That's the Jiminy Show Platypus. You got timed out-ish. But yeah, the Platypus is definitely good. The TSOS 2011. Just realized I can just open tabs on this other screen and bring them up over here. So yeah, I did tell him I definitely wanted him to check this guy out. I like this because the design on the grips looks kind of a little bit more classic. Very much like a Platypus with the venting up top and then that. So we'll have to see what happens when they actually release it. But I like that. I would like to see them make one with a full dust cover though. I'm a full dust cover guy. DB flipped the Mitchell. Man, you really want that Mitchell, huh? I never even said how much I paid for it or how much it's worth. Sprock by Kirk. Yeah. Drink like a baby because I don't have the rights to the design. You bet those go way over MSRP. I don't know. It all depends on how many they build because the Gersons didn't go over MSRP. They're selling right at their map numbers. So as long as they actually do that, I think they'll be fine. This is going to be the duty version of the gun. Duty. And these are listed at $800. Same gun, just a little bit less flash. Double stack, same thing, just doesn't have a mag well on the bottom, doesn't have the target sights. You know, they're supposedly going to be $800. That's not bad. Where these are listed at $959 with the threaded barrel. Just adding a threaded barrel to a 1911 usually runs an extra $150 to $200. But this one's got the ambi safety, the upgraded sights, although that's a high-vis Trigicon style, but that works with that. That would work with my Osprey, believe it or not, because the offset. Are there any good 1911s under $700? You can get some baser TSOS, Gerson, and rocks all under $700. I'm not going to be opening that in a different page because this is a distributor, but let me see what they're doing. Believe it or not, you can get the you can get a commander size Desert Eagle for like $8.25. That's not bad. That comes with a knife. They're selling just the gun for $900, so that doesn't make sense how they would do that. Hammerly's doing a 1911 and 22 if you want a better option for that. That's kind of interesting because it's a 12-rounder. Dan Wesson, that's expensive. Browning is doing theirs. No, we don't want that one. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you're going to want to go with something like a TSOS if you want something under $700. Buds has a bunch at a good deal. Hey, nobody talks about buds on this channel. You can kiss my patootsk. But yeah, no, like if you want something that has slightly better than base sights, you can do that with TSOS. Go with something like all their pictures have crap sights. Well, here's one that's got a Novak sight. Stainless 1911 carry in 45, $700. It's got all the nice stuff on it. It's got the skeletonized trigger. It's got the skeletonized hammer, ambi safeties, front and rear slide serrations. Doesn't have any checkering on it, and the port for the ejection is not lowered or anything special like that. But that's a good one for under $700 majillion. Have I got Fallout 76? Yes, I have it. I have not played it in a long time though. Jersey only allows 10-round magazines. That's why you're looking for a 1911 45 ACP. Yeah, I mean that works. Any of those will work for you. Like I said, the Duty has pretty good stuff. The Duty Enhanced is right at 709 list on their website, which means if you go to an FFL, you can get it cheaper. But yeah, like this guy right here. Look at that fiber optic front. Non-adjustable, but still it's got the flat front on the rear, so that will come off or off your pants or things like that. 8+1 front strap checkering. It's got the enclosed trigger. I would change that out personally, but you can see it's got the enhanced cuts there. It's got an undercut. It's got the lowered ejection port. It's got a little bit more front strap checkering or front serrations on it. That's for $700. That would actually be almost a steal, especially since TSOS went to all forged parts. Yeah, we had seen the Raider before. I'm not as big a fan as the Raider. It was interesting at first, but I'm kind of over it. Night Stalker, that's a good one. It's a little bit more money for the upgraded one, but you can get the base ones for $750, so that's not bad. There's the Raiders he was talking about. Stakeout, which is a basic design. Tanker Commanders are always cheap, 400 bucks for a tanker. Is Fallout 76 good? No. At least in my opinion, it's not. Some people like it because they enhanced the lighting effects, they made it look a little bit better, but when it first launched, there were no NPCs, there was nobody to talk to. The only people you can interact with were other people that had just started playing the game. There was none of the RPG-ness that made Fallout what it originally was. Fallout was designed on GURPS, which was actually a game that was created by the creators of Fallout before Fallout was Fallout. And it was a turn-based RPG, which is what Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics were. And then Fallout 3 comes out, and it's a first or third-person kind of shooter, but it was also kind of an RPG. You could live, it was almost like a LARPing in a game. And then Fallout 4 came out, well, New Vegas, and then 4. And then 76 was trying to make it a grandiose online-only game, and you shoot yourself in the nuts the minute you try to make a game online-only, because all you're doing is taking a platform game or a game design idiom and turning it into something it shouldn't be. And then they went completely the opposite, and they came out with Starfield. If you want to play a better Fallout 76, play Starfield. Because Starfield is what I always say the Fallout series would have been had they not, had they not screwed it up. And I also say that Starfield is what it should have been should the Fallout universe not have gone to nuclear war. Man, I'm getting tired all of a sudden. You were going to grab a Raider, but was over it. The Night Stalker looked really nice. Night Stalkers are. Middletown's got 3 of them sitting in the case. They got a 9, 45, and 10. Also, you guys are crazy. The people that have been watching this video, the Rock Island Made a Hilarious 1911, that was the 3-inch B10 or the 3.10 BRR that I looked at, which was just a Warthog copy. For some reason, that video has been getting a ton of views recently. It looks like a couple of videos have too. I sold that lightweight. I should buy that back. But yeah, that was an interesting video, and it's gained 50,000 views in the last 28 days, which is blowing me away. Let's see, where are we at? We hit 2 hours yet? Almost, hour and a half. Don't forget to become members. I'm going to say that every live stream. It's like something you have to do when you do live stream. Become a member, subscribe, all this stuff. Make sure to like it if you're taking off, just coming in for a minute. But yeah, the Mitchell's Mauser. So that's the Mitchell's Mauser that DB keeps asking me about. No, I am not going to be selling it. I'm actually going to be refinishing the sides a little bit because it's got a little bit of damage to the sides. So as soon as I fix that, yeah. You guys' turn. I've been talking for an hour and a half. Throw me out something. Oh, here's one for you. This video. This video was ridiculous. I made this video because I went over to do the headlight in my father's car, and I didn't have the right tools. And this was filmed on a GoPro. Also, they were really picky about their license plate showing, so I blurred it out. But these used projector beam headlights, and the number of people that owned the cheapest 4-cylinder version of this car that kept on trying to tell me how you could go in through the wheel well always amazed me because nobody actually watched the video. But yeah, I can't remember when I did that, but yeah, that was a, look at that, look at that. That was an old hat. You can tell by how wrinkly it is. And glasses. Ooh, yeah, that's your nerd right there. I don't know if you guys can even hear it because I'm just muted it, but yeah, that was a stupid video. But what is it, 186,000 views? That was always funny. You guys remember my Mustang at all? I ever show it to you? Yeah, so that was my Mustang when I took the lights out. I missed that car. Anyways, go back home. Throw me out something, guys. I'm not getting anything from you. You don't like Mopar. I'm sorry you feel that way. You're welcome to your opinion, though. Absolutely. I won't say no. Like something, don't like something, that's up to you, brother. There's lots of companies I don't like, and that's just the way it is. God, that's pretty. Athlon Outdoors. That was a pretty one. I don't know if that was that had to have been a custom job because of all the bluing. Opinion, New Springfield TRP CC. Yeah, I've seen that one. OV10 Bronco. I'm going to claim ignorance and I'm going to Google it. Are we talking about an airplane? If we're talking about an airplane, I approve. The OV-10 Bronco was an American twin turboprop light attack and observation aircraft. Looks kind of cool. Retired in 1995. Still in limited service. I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't mind having one. Sympathizer, you work on a lot of Mopars and it seems like they make crap cars. This is going to come off a little controversial. They don't make crap cars. It's just the version that break down a lot are bought by people that don't take care of their cars. They're bought by people that don't care about cars. They're bought by people that shouldn't have cars because, quite frankly, they can't afford cars. The people that buy those cars are always the ones that buy the SXTs, the base models, the 4 cylinders with no options, and then they don't change the oil for 100,000 miles. Very rarely do you see a Hemi car that was maintained well go bad. Very rarely do you see somebody buy an RT and have the same problems as somebody that buys a Charger SXT or a GT. You know why? Because people with crap credit, shit credit, they can't get the high-end cars. So they can't treat them well because they can't afford it. They're going out there right now, a Charger GT is like a $700 payment right now, and RT is like over $1,000. So the people that are buying the cars that you're working on, they're just not capable of maintaining their vehicles. And that's a bull. It sounds like crap, but it's an economics fact. People that buy base shit break their shit. My Durango RT was owned by one lady in Maryland. She was very professional, very careful with her vehicle. It has 160,000 miles on it, and it's probably cleaner than a 2020 that you'll find on any lot right now with 50,000 miles. So, Mark, 1911s are just works of art. You like them or not? Yeah. You have to respect it. It's like lowriders. I don't care for lowriders, but I respect the work that goes into them. You don't have to be sorry about that, Brady. You agree, but why 3.6 oil coolers? I've seen a fair share of those go. Again, it's non-maintenance. I bet you spin off the oil filters if they have dates on them, and I bet you they haven't been changed in a long time. It's the same problem, believe it or not, that the old 5.9 used to have, the 360 Mopars. A lot of oil pickup screens are too small because they're designed in the computer, so that's more of a design problem. But yeah, also the 3.6 had a problem with their heads back in the day. But again, which cars with the 3.6 are you talking about? If you're talking about a Jeep Wrangler with the 3.6, tends to not go as often as a Journey with a 3.6, or a Charger with a 3.6, or a 300 with a 3.6, because those are cars that are bought by people that don't maintain their damn cars. It's all about maintenance. I've seen brand new Bentleys blow up because the guy buys a car, doesn't service it for 30,000 miles, and all of a sudden something breaks because his $200,000 car didn't get a $300 oil change. So here's one for you, Brady. P35. Excuse me, P38 Lightning. This is my favorite twin boom, twin prop plane. The P38 Lightning. It's credited as being the first aircraft to inadvertently break the the speed of sound. In a test, the pilot was diving, lost control of the aircraft, it went full power into the ground, and it broke the speed of sound. No, I get it, sympathizer. There are certain components, like I said, it all depends on what the component is. The 5.9, the oil pickup was designed on computer. The 2.7, the dual overhead cam V6 that preceded the 3.6 was a horrendous one because it was built in a computer, but the minute you put it out in the real world, it was a total piece of trash. Opinion on Tesla, are they good or bad? Here's the thing. Tesla created or reinvigorated an entire market. They came out with the Tesla Roadster, then they came out with the P90, then they came out with the Ludicrous, then they came out with all the current versions of their cars. I highly encourage what he's doing. I think it's awesome to watch what he's doing for technology and improvements in lifestyles and things like that. But he, as a person, as the company is not doing nearly the good that they claim they are. Yes, they're building electric vehicles, but people that are buying those electric vehicles are getting rid of perfectly good cars. If you have a car that's broken and you have no other choice and you want to buy something, sure, get a Tesla Model 3. They're what, $45,000? They're about the same price of a regular car. They're better on the fuel economy than a gas engine car, but don't buy one just to get one. Don't do it as a status symbol. Don't be a YouTuber. Every goddamn YouTuber has a Tesla. Yes, they're decent cars. They're fun to drive in some respects, but they're also not a replacement. They are the next car. They're not, I'm going to take my perfectly good running Subaru SVX and I'm going to replace it with the Tesla. Because the minute you take that running driving car off the road, you're creating the pollution that was required to build a Tesla, to build the batteries, to build the cars, to build the chassis. The factories are building them in. So they don't save the environment. Never listen to a company that says they're saving their environment. They're doing it to get political points, to get tax breaks, and all that bullshit. I've never met one for capital business that's doing it strictly to be environmentally neutral or friendly. 2.7s are really bad, but they should have been great cars. Yes, they should have. What's trash, DB? Talking about Teslas? Their build quality, that's another thing. I've watched many people take brand new Teslas and look at their gaps. My 05 Ram that's sitting up in the garage right now has tighter door gaps and it's got 250,000 miles. Idiots on the road are usually BMW or Tesla drivers. It's big talk from a guy in southern Florida. Maybe it's southern Florida. No, around here, there's not as many Teslas in the Northern Virginia area. There are out in Loudoun County where they have more money than brains. I worked for a Home Depot back in 2012, and we went on a training to a store in Leesburg, which is in Loudoun County, which at the time was the most expensive county in the country to live in. Not sure where it ranks now, but their Home Depot did not sell lawnmowers because nobody in Loudoun County was cutting their own grass. They had services that would come by and service their lawn, so they weren't selling lawnmowers, so they got rid of lawnmowers. I don't know. I gotta say, Northern Virginia drivers scare the living crap out of me. They make me want to hide. I actually lament going out and getting on the roads here. Oh, look at that compressibility. Yeah. There you go. That's what the good boys did back in the day. They just ripped it apart and fixed it. Look at that. Oh, I want that picture. I'm going to save that. Ooh, there it is. There we go. That's a beautiful picture. That's going to be my background, I think. You need a home service? Yeah, okay. I'm not reading that. Yeah, December 1944. In Chico. Nice place. PA drivers suck too. PA drivers suck too because the state troopers in Pennsylvania have nothing better to do. I got a speeding ticket for going 60 miles an hour in a 55 in Pennsylvania. Yeah, in West Virginia, I might have been going closer to 95, and all I got was a warning. Just saying. Yeah, like it all black and gray. Somebody super thanks me $3,000 because after the tax, it's going to be about enough to buy this. While you're here, let's see the search history. I don't think so, my friends. Do you think the MDS system has anything to do with the cam and lifter issues in the Hemi engine? Good question, Mike. No. What's causing the lifter tick that you're hearing, the cam issues, is the oiling issue, because the cam continues to turn. Even though it does disable the top half of the rockers, the cam itself is still turning. It's the cups. A guy did a detailed video on it. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. But a guy did a detailed teardown on one, and you could see how the cams were getting flattened because the lifter cups were actually seizing. The lifter cups themselves were seizing, not the cam itself, nothing like that. So because the lifter cup was seizing, if you replace those, it will usually eliminate it. You got to replace the rocker, the cam, and the lifter cups. But once you do that, yeah, you will. It becomes more reliable. Again, I've got a Ram sitting upstairs with 225,000 miles on it. Has the MDS system in it. Does not have the Hemi tick because it was well maintained. My Durango has 160 on it, and again, no Hemi tick. Although I have an exhaust rattle, but I don't believe that's the issue. However, it's pretty easy to swap out the cam and the lifters because it's a cam in block. You don't have to worry about head stuff being goofed up. Come spring, that is one of my intentions. I will be running the 6.4 cam intake, probably the heads and the lifters, but I think I'll run a comp cam 6.4 because I want a little bit of your grips didn't show up today. Boo! Sorry to hear that. It's probably because of the snow everywhere else causing issues. Hello, my darling. How are you today? Did they pay for it? I love people sending me questions. Exhaust stud broke. Nope, this is not the exhaust rattle. This is a rattle, not the exhaust tick. The Hemis have a history of that with the exhaust tick, but no, this is somewhere further down the exhaust. I think it's actually in my catalytic converter. At least from what I can tell. Brady, I'm not seeing anything on that, but I'm opening up this one. We'll see what happens. I know there was a trainer. That's the D, and then I think there was a prototype variant that was dual cockpit, but I don't know if it saw service. Man, a lot of people got the Mustangs. Italy, Israel, Japan, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nicaragua, the Philippines, Poland, Somalia. Really? Weird. A lot of companies have them. Or a lot of countries did. Sorry, I'm trying to look up any of the weird variants like the dual chassis ones. I don't see it, man. Sorry. We just changed the muffler due to a broken internals rattling. Yeah, mine's up at the front, DB. I have never gone to the danger zone. although I liked that song when I was a kid. My exhaust rattle, it sounds like it's coming from one of the catalytic converters. However, it could also, he's talking about Top Gun, Ocean Dude. But my exhaust rattle is either something's in the cat, like something broke in the catalytic converter, a piece of the internal structure, or, and this is a much more dangerous version of a problem, it could be a loose torque converter bolt. I have not pulled off the cover yet to check it out. It hasn't changed. The reason I think it's something exhaust related is because when the exhaust, when the revs come down, it minimizes quite a bit. P82s, huh? Let's see. Man, scrolling down. Where's the duck? Duck down, duck, scroll down. Yep, there you go. Good call. But it was the XP82, so it was introduced in 46, retired in 53. Does not look like it served. Although they did place a few with Strategic Air Command. Yeah. What about when hot? No, the noise is always still there, so I don't think, like, again, I don't think it's a ceiling problem with the exhaust or in any way. So I don't think it's like a V-band, and I don't think it's in the mufflers, which sit behind the cats, obviously. I think literally something broke off inside of the exhaust, inside the catalytic converter. So I need to drop the whole system and pull it off. I've been meaning to do the resonator delete, so I might as well drop the whole system. I'm keeping the muffler because I want the underside of the car to not have drone, but I'm going to eliminate the rear muffler, rear resonators. You love fixing cars. Yeah, I loved it too. I did it for years, but I wound up moving up to Northern Virginia, lost my my shop and all that stuff that I had in Minnesota, so I couldn't exactly work on cars anymore, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Yeah, those are cool. P82s. The fever dream. Yeah, so doing that gave it enhanced range, although it's like, who's the pilot, who's the bombardier? Have a crackhead cut the cats for me. No, that's okay. I'll do it. It's just, it's snowing right now. I don't feel like dropping the exhaust in the snow. Hey, I said I was going to play BMMG and I did, so you guys can't yell at me. Oh, went through I went through the. Now you got me singing that damn song. How dare you? How dare you? Have you guys seen The Hitman's Bodyguard and The Hitman Wife's Bodyguard? I've been watching those recently. Good movies. You should definitely watch them. Let's see. The cat honeycombs might be separating. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So here in Virginia, depending on what county you live in, you have to test emissions. Luckily, I live in a county that does not, but they still do a visual inspection, because so something tells me that a 4-foot drill bit might be accidentally running through my cats. You had 3 come in and you cut the cats. Do I have Microsoft Flight Simulator? No, I do not. I could have gotten it with the Game Pass, but I never did. I'm not a huge fan of flying. That type of game, I prefer like Ace Combat and those. Plus, when it comes down to spending my own money, I'm really bad at spending my own money on games. Like, I'll wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until they go on sale. Sometimes I've avoided waiting for sales. Hey, it's my live stream. You didn't hear any about my cats? I didn't say anything about the cats. What are you talking about? Why do you guys bring up cats? You know, I'm a dog person. Actually, I'm a cat person too. I want to do a stupid color now. Oh, yes. I want to do this. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get stupid. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Leave that green. Make that black. Black. Blick. Blick. Oh yeah, buds. There we go. Ruh-roh! You left to play some VR? How dare you? Brady, why was I killing cats? I would never kill a cat. Despite my Korean heritage, I have never willingly killed a cat. Yeah, what game were you playing, Lego? Come on, Lego. You hope it's not my flex plate rattling around. Mike, it may be. Now, my truck was exceptionally clean when I bought it. Literally, it still has no rust underneath it. And this was from somebody that lived in Maryland. So the fact that it was this clean mean it was always garage kept, probably washed religiously. It also could mean that at some point, maybe it had some engine issues. So maybe it was taken and the engine might have been changed out. And maybe it might have some flex plate screws that are loose, or flywheel. Doesn't have a flex plate, but flywheel to torque converter might have a bolt loose. That would be annoying. But again, I have not decided to take it apart because I'm kind of waiting for going down the freeway and all of a sudden I hear that and you see a flywheel launch across the freeway because it launches out from underneath the bottom of your car with the torque converter. Just saying, I think that would be kind of funny to see, and it would make a good YouTube video. They'll be all like, hey man, what happened? What happened, man? And then I'll be like, I'm a dumbass. I'm very good at roleplay. And yes, since you asked me to see my search history, I'm now opening on my other screen and bringing over because I have no idea what's going to show. And there is porn. Not going to lie to you. There's porn. There's always porn. Super Hot VR. That was a fun game. You don't own a VR, but your friends do. Yeah, you should definitely get one. Even if you get like a Quest 2. That's what I have. I have the original Oculus in the box somewhere because I replaced it with the Meta Quest 2, although mine says Oculus on the box because I bought it before they changed the name. So I have a Quest 2, and man, I use my computer for the extra computing power because the Quest 2, the Quest 3, they can do independent gaming on their own, but they don't have as much processing power. However, if you use the Oculus Link, which I do using a USB Type-C cable, like this one that I mutilated because it wouldn't fit in my Beats wireless headphones, so I had to charge them. But yeah, if you do that, then you can use your computer's processing power and play all the other games. So I've been playing a lot of Half-Life Alyx in there. Four-cylinder R32. Farm Aminal Simulator. I like Farm Aminal. Different drink. What do you say we get hammered? This is the Uni Hammer 150. This is what you need when you're working on things where you don't want to damage finishes. I don't even know what's on the screen right now. There it is. Atgar's still there. This one's haunting my dreams. So it's basically a Lexus GS300, but it's the right-hand drive version. The Lexus GS300s have the twin turbos, the J2JZs. However, this one has the 6-speed manual. Ocean Dude, how common is it for people to replace their engines if bad out of pocket versus just getting a new vehicle? In today's market, depending on the rest of the functionality of the vehicle, it's more common than you would think. Because what the if you go with the certified used engine, like for the Ram, it was going to be like $4 or $5 grand to replace the engine with a Jasper rebuilt. But $5 grand into a pickup truck right now that if you try to replace starts at $65,000. So if the rest of the vehicle is functioning correctly, it makes much more sense to go ahead and do the replacement. And a lot of people do prefer to just pay it out of pocket and be done with it. Because you also have a car, let's say that you've had it for 10, 12 years. The Ram upstairs is an 06, so it's 18 years old. It's fully paid for. It's had full suspension rebuild on and everything. When my old man started it, I used to make a joke telling him that he was taking $30,000 in parts and building a $9,000 truck. However, a special edition Night Runner crew cab Ram Hemi 1500 4-wheel drive that's been fully restored right now, I mean, even if he has 20 grand into it, he's still 40 grand ahead of buying a brand new truck. So in this time, it makes more sense to just replace an engine. Just did an engine replace, 14 grand. What kind of car? Jasper plus radiator. So that, I mean, did they do the work? Bronco was a rush job. It should have never been released the way they did it. They should have called it the Bronco 2 and actually built one on the F-150. But yeah, look at this thing, man. Look at this thing. Tell me this thing ain't beautiful. The only thing that scares the frack out of me is the radio, because it's got the original radio in there. And as you can see, the climate controls are there, and you have some of the controls up here, but I would be worried. I had a Lexus ES350 that I tried putting an upgraded radio in and I couldn't, and it really drove me nuts. So that would be a little bit of a weird thing. But it's got heated seats and stuff. And it's got the actual 6-speed. I think that's an upgraded steering wheel. Yeah. Look at this thing. Look at that. 2JZ, baby. 2JZ. Do cops hold firearms or flashlights in right hand when holding both? It all depends on if they're left-handed or not. Typically, a right-handed shooter will only carry the firearm in their right hand while holding the light in their left hand. Typically, obviously I'm not holding a gun, so that's the arm holding the gun. A lot of guys will do it like this way so that they can still support the hand while holding the light. Some guys will just, just kind of hold up and then they're just holding the gun in their hand, just expecting themselves to maintain the recoil, and typically it's 9mm, so that's not hard. There are, of course, guys that will run the weapon lights, which is, again, it's a double-edged sword. Some people say you don't want it mounted to the gun, some people say you do, but it all depends on what hand you are. I shoot ambidextrous, so I can do both. I can shoot, well, yeah, obviously if I have a gun in my hand, it's a little bit more intuitive. So carbonated drink. What you do to me? I don't think he's making fun of you, Brady. He's just making a joke. But yeah, typically, if you're right-handed, you will typically always shoot with the hand that you have. Look at that. So reasonably dirty. Looks like it's got little cats there, little resonators there, a little muffler there. It has a cat, so theoretically it should be Virginia legal. It's from being on the trucks. So it's got 4. It's got resonators and mufflers. And a muffler. Oh, and it's got some toms. Oh, that's pretty. Do. That's so pretty. It's a horrible sight to look at, though. I see so many cars I want to buy. Would I rock a Ram SRT 6-speed manual if handed to you? Absolutely. I've driven one before, but I've not spent any time in one. Like long-term time. I drove one at the auction. It was fun. If you're offering me one, I'll take it. Hey, what's up, Lobster? Yeah, I am. Seeing what's still out there. Seeing what can catch my earballs. It's just what happens. I'm waiting for some good questions to come through. It's almost like I'm being responsible for carrying the conversation in my own live stream. It's like, hey, come on, guys. You guys should be saying stuff. I can't remember. What's the Neo engine? Anybody else a JDM guy? It had something to do with it. I think it was like their less powerful version. Still built on the RB25, but oh yeah, I'm optional. ATA, fuel light paint imperfection, blah blah blah. 67 verified case. Da 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 da. OEM keyless entry. Da 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 the R30 cranks over promptly. New 12-volt battery, fuel pump. The Neo benefits from a new valve cover gaskets installed by one of our combustion in the Neo. Is the Skyline and Supra phase finally over? No. What? You'd like a Stagia? Yep. Dave, any thoughts on Platypus? We've been talking about that a little bit. There's the one I built. I made it disgusting on purpose. Yeah, Supras and Skylines get turned into a religion just because we're not supposed to have them. The minute you're not allowed to have them, then it becomes an issue. You know? Oh, look at this, a Land Cruiser. 20 grand. Land Cruiser, 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand, 21 grand for a Land Cruiser. Yes, I know they're the vintage body style, but still, that's insane to me. I'd rather get this Lancer Evo 4. LC Prado, there you go, 95, 30 grand. 4Runner, their version of a 4Runner, 20 grand. Ooh, someone sold that one. These ones all got sold. That's too sad. That's too bad. That's too mad. I am glad that's what I had. Let's see what they got for their shop vehicles. So, I've seen that R32. Ooh, that doesn't look like it was chopped the hell up. Would you guys rock this guy? That's pretty. They put some time into that build. Holy shit. The Petro, don't you mean the Pajero? Ooh. Oh. Hey. Me likey. No, I'm looking at everything, man. I'm looking at guns. I'm looking at cars. Don't go to Jiffy Lube. Why not? Dave was here earlier and left and came back, so technically you were later than Dave. It seems like some folks turn the Skyline. Yep. No, it looked nice. You remember your bud picked up a brand new Nissan 240 back in the day. It dated a chick with a Celica GT. Would I buy a hooligan vehicle if I had the money? No. I respect what he did, but it's not my style. Or you said hooligan. I was thinking hoonigan. I would not buy a hoonigan or a hooligan vehicle. I have standards. And I'm not apologizing for saying that. Now, I respect, settle down, not red drink. I respect a lot of these Japanese cars. There are some I would not own. I would not own an S2000. I would not own an RX-8. I would not own a Miata. I would not own one with a turbo. I would not own one with a servo. I would not own one in a house. I would not own one on a... But yeah, no, I would not. I respect lazy power. I respect completed nice builds. I actually wanted to start a business for a while because there was like 5 years where everybody was rat rotting everything and patina-ing cars. Here's the thing. When the creators of those vehicles designed those vehicles, do you think they designed them to look like crap? Because they didn't. They wanted them to be the best possible version of a car that was available for sale to the automotive public in general. And yeah, they rust because they sat behind a tree for 30 years and then you get it running. Yeah, I tried to, Brady. But yeah, they just let them rot and then people say, oh, it's patina. No, you're lazy. So I actually wanted to start a business where I would take rat rods and patinaed cars and actually finish them for the lazy people. You know, the guy that created the original rat rod like super scene hated his rat rod truck. He only did it because he ran out of time. And he got tons of flack because he wanted to actually finish the car like 25 years later. And nobody wanted him to finish it, so he didn't. He just redid the frame and left the body looking like crap. That's caving into peer pressure and public pressure, and you won't see me do that. You're never going to tell me to stop throwing my handguns around and get me to do it. Liberty Walk vehicles are disgusting. Liberty Walk, they found one car that worked. They did one car where it looked good. And then every car that Liberty Walks does is exactly the same. They all have bolt-on fender arches, which shows a lack of ability because they're obviously not creating new lines. They're just drilling into an existing body. Let's take a $400,000 car and go zit, 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 zit into a carbon fiber body, which, by the way, you do that to a carbon fiber body. Carbon fiber, when it's laid out, is only strong in a couple of directions. It's not an omnidirectional support system. It's not very good at crashing. That's why you see so many carbon fiber cars when they crash where the monococks, yes, I said cocks, but the monocoque chassis will actually just shatter, and then you'll have sheets of carbon fiber that are just flopping around loose because carbon fiber is not that strong. So what should you do? You should take a drill to it and then put screws through it. Also, again, lazy building. There are companies out there that go through all the effort of making full carbon fiber Mustangs, Chargers, all that stuff. The Ring brothers, they recreate in carbon fiber, but when they want to do a wide body, they actually create the entire wide body out of carbon fiber with the entire panel so it looks seamless. That looks good to me. Fine. I respect what Liberty Walk did for the community. Fine. I respect that people like them. I don't have to like them. I'm going to burp. There we go. Mike, would I drive a lifted truck? No, I hate them. I didn't even like my Ram. It's set too high. That's why I bought an RT Durango, because they're actually almost 2 inches lower than a regular Durango, which is funny because when I'm sitting next to a GT or something and they're sitting higher than me, GT Durango, and they look at me and they think that I did it. Nope, from the factory, the RT Durango is lowered 2 inches. It sits as low as a AMG ML55, which it's based off of. Just wide fenders and stance. Yep. 10-8 Industries does whole body kits. Yep. What's the other Japanese body shop, guys? Something to do with rabbits or bunny. Rocket Bunny. Rocket Bunny is the same way, although they go Forza Horizon games. was actually pretty cool. Yeah, here it is. So the Rocket Bunny RX-7. It's called the Pandem. But see how it changes the entire body? Yes, I'm not a fan of that. I would mold those in, but the Rocket Bunny's pretty cool. You already threatened to show me 4 inches. What are you, half as excited about it now? I can't show you the name because I don't have brand right. I know they're totally 2 different things, but you feel like Liberty Walk is a shittier version of Magnus Walker. Probably. If you want to spend that much money on a Porsche, go buy a Singer. Oh, I would love a Singer. Singer does so much. In fact, it was funny because if you notice, they're all called Porsche 911s reimagined by Singer. They're technically a different car, but since he starts with the 911, he has to give them credit. No, I'm not saying that this body kit is for everybody. So if you think it's fugly, I agree. And if you think it needed a fart can exhaust, it has one. I just can't zoom in because this website sucks. But for $1,000 to fully change the look of an FD, not that you would really want to in this day and age, and there are changes that you could do. Like that front spoiler, I would actually mold that in, bring it around the side, make this whole body wider. So I would bring it all in so that it widens down to a point there, has a much wider angle, and then I would mold these in. So I would bring them back into the bumper and mold them into the car. But yeah, Singer is the same as Shelby, just a builder. DB, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna argue with you on that one. Maybe old school Shelbys were a builder, but we used to sell Shelby cars from Shelby America. They just take a stock Mustang and then they soup it up a little bit. Singer completely disassembles it. You'd rather bang it with a peen hammer. You'll be fine. But the Singer Porsches are completely bespoke, rebuilt from the ground up, and are crazy. That's why theirs are so nice. Let's see. Singer vehicle design. Let's see if they actually have any available for sale. Let's take a look at Singer's website. I don't want to connect. But yeah, you see how they literally will go over every inch of a vehicle, redo the entire thing. I mean, look at this. That's a picture of an engine, and it's pure sex. The bag that they do, let's see if they have any cars for sale. Nope, they have no cars for sale. They have a watch, though. I'm not going to connect with you guys, you goobers. Let's see, I think Bring a Trailer said one was being up there. No, I don't want to. Yeah, here we go. Show me a Shelby that goes for this kind of money. So $955,000 was the cheapest one that is sold since October. Yeah, I saw a Salamander just got one. One is timeless, the over is overhyped shite. Yeah, I did notice that Solar Mandarin did get one. I don't think that Singer is doing a 918 because he rebuilds the classic stuff. What would he do to a 918? I don't think there's enough that he could do to a Singer, to a 918 that would justify him touching it. Why are some older Porsches rebadged as rough? RUF was basically like Singer. They were equivalent to AMG before Mercedes bought them. They were equivalent to TRD before Toyota got them. RUF Porsches, roofs, the CTR Blackbird or Yellowbird was their famous thing. But Roof Automotive, they're still around. Here, I'll actually bring up their website. But Roof Automotive was the tuning house for them. And they still build cars, so they still upgrade cars. I believe this is actually the Bluebird or the Yellowbird right there. This was the car that made them, the CTR2 Yellowbird. Yeah, so they do a little bit of everything. Let's see, this was called the CTR Anniversary car. And they are quite a bit less expensive than a Singer, even though they are highly sought after. You have to have a perfect example. That's freaking gross. Purple? Okay, you're a little bit strange. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so this, no, there you go. And the M&P 911, that was the plate of the CTR. That was the car that made Roof. They had the low profile tires way back when. Look at the car behind it. Yeah, they were so far ahead of themselves when they designed that car. If you play Gran Turismo 4, this car has that license plate. Haven't seen anyone driving the new Countach. Lobster, someone looked at Porsches and thought, no, that's too slow and not dangerous enough. Let's add more power. That's basically the way it goes. The Porsche 918s, they were, what, 1.5 when they came out? Let's see if there's even one for sale. Let's see. Under DuPont Registry, I used to love their magazine. I used to buy their magazine all the time. 1.9, there's a 2015 in the livery that's available. Here, let's take a look. You know, because I can help you find cars. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, I love this registry. I also love wreckedexotics.com. We'll go there next. But yeah, 2015 918 Spider with the Martini livery. 1.6 for a 15. So they've actually come down a little bit. They had gone over 2 million for a while. 2015, looks like everybody's selling theirs. 1.6, 1.8, 1.9. You've been seeing a lot of them. What is that, the Taycan? The Taycan? You're in Florida, DB. Of course you're going to see them down there. All the hoity-toity boys are down there. We're all hoity-toity boys. Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of it, but you're in a place where that is. Oh, I'm pretty sure my boss's father has one of those. Because I know he has a 458 Special and a 488 bi-turbo. Look at that. It's got 1,000 miles for an SF90 Stradale. Ooh, Sprinter, 175. I love the DuPont registry. I used to spend hours looking at this stuff. Look at that. Alfa Romeo. Not a bad price, actually. Since it's expensive to import cars. Thoughts on the 1895 Dark Series? Haven't seen one yet. Exotics are nice, but give me a big block V8 with aggressive cam and open exhaust. Hey, Wood, what's up, dude? Rivians, yep. There's a guy near me, right down the block from me, that actually owns a Rivian. It looks kind of interesting. A little more blocky than I care for. It's also why I hate, like, look at this stupid thing. Look at this stupid thing. The 760 Li with their stupid new front ends. Stupid looking, stupid heads. Can somebody borrow me 70 grand so I can buy one? Sorry. My best friend. You know what I want to get? And you guys are going to laugh at me? This is what I want. I want a Ford Transit high roof dually. This is what I want, guys. This guy right here. Look at this. I want one of those. Those things are tall enough I can stand in it. I have a true homie. Dealing with eBay because they're hounding me on a $1,000 graphics card that supposedly didn't get sent, so I've been fighting them. So I've been dealing with cash flow issues. My buddy just took care of me. What a crazy dude. There. You want to see my bank? I'm just kidding. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and order this. I've been putting it off. I'm going to do it on this screen so you can't see it. Let's see. BMW front end just be all grill and no bumper. Your dirty secret is you love the Honda Odyssey with the V6. Honda Odysseys are cool. Am I planning to work with the Transport? You know what? Here's the thing, dude. You can get the 3.5 twin turbo EcoBoost, right? Look at this thing. You could turn this into a badass camper. Yes, it's 70 grand, right? MSRP is 66, which means you can probably get one. This is over at, well, it's actually at one of my buddy's dealerships, so I could probably get it at MSRP. I used to work for Coons back in the day. But yeah, that would be, if I was going to build a camper, that would be the one that I would go with, because like I was saying, up here, look at this. This is the Sprinter one, right? $175,000. That's expensive, yo. I have to buy my gun now. Yes, I'm 18 years old. I'm not using incognito. Stop asking me. Alright. Shit, I just added 2 to my cart. What's the difference? I have to look at the difference here, guys. You're helping me buy this thing. Alright. Nope, they're exactly the same. They're just listed on 2 pages. Okay, so check out as a guest. I'm not going to give you... I can't let you guys have my email address. Sorry, kids. I misspelled my own name. I misspelled my own name. Sorry, the clacking is real right now. There we go. NFA rules apply. Why? Yeah, that's fine. Let's see, FFL locator, use your current location, or search by Harrison. I want to go to Harrison. Yeah, I'll allow you bastards. Expand search. How do I search? Oh. There we go. There we go. Continue. Oh no, I have to pay with my card. I'm sure you guys are riveted by what's going on right now. Let's see. I'll show you in a second. North America Ford Transit and a Dodge Ugly Ass van should be good for RVs. For you or your Sprinter would be good base. Yes, probably. Sympathizer, where'd you work, bro? You're going to get going. You got to go salt at 5 a.m. See you, Ocean Dude. But I will show you guys as soon as I enter in my card information, because again, I can't show you my card because that would just be retarded of me. I'm made out of stupid. but I'm not that stupid. Although I should probably scroll up and see if you can see my keyboard. Nope, you can't. We're good. Give me a second. I'll show you the gun as soon as I'm done buying it. Cards don't expire. What the fuck? I don't even know if I used the right card. There we go. No, I'm not using Sezzle. Nope, we're good. Review the order. All right. Oh, shit. No, that's too many. I'm not buying 2. Go back. Oh, you guys suck. Oh, you suck so hard. I said 1. What the hell? View cart. Man, this is riveting, isn't it? What the hell? 1. Update. Thank you. I have to go through all this again because I didn't click update. Good freaking gravy. Oh, it saved it. What the fuck? I'm getting annoyed. Computers suck, and I have a high-end one. It still sucks. Joe's buying all new pews. Joe's awesome like that. I'm not awesome like that. I just can't miss this chance. Okay, I'm awesome like that. There we go. Select, continue. Jesus Christ. I do have to put in my whole card information again. You guys can't see my card. How do live streamers do stuff like this on camera? Yeah, there we go. Yep, there we go. Submit order. I don't know, I'm not reading your stupid stuff. Just take my money. Shut up and take my money. All right, now I can show you what it was. That only took way longer than it should have. So that's what I just ordered. Ocean Dude, have a great weekend. Pimp, okay. I gotta go back up here, sorry. You wish you were 18. In America for transit, blah, blah, blah. What you buying? A wild to hear coons. You're gonna get on out of here, so all that. See Ocean. Ocean, have a great weekend. Can do, handle the pressure. We need card info. Trying. I'm buying you all new pews. That's what you said. Gotcha. Build kids, but your internship was and Silver Spring. Okay, cool. Live in South Florida. 5 minutes of my life wasted. You'll never get back. Look, DB, I'm sorry, but I had to buy this. And it's not even showing all the way because my head's in the way. Here, let's shrink me down a little bit. You're just mad because you couldn't see my credit card. Yeah, look at this thing, man. $359 for a 5.7 that's optics cut with a threaded barrel, with the chameleon barrel and a ported slide. Dude, that's worth it all day long just for the sponge and the schmitz and the giggles. How many of you stayed here to watch me buy a gun? Apparently I have 0 likes on this video now. Do you all take them back? Oh, there they are. So yeah, that's what I did. We needed to buy it. Sucks that they won't sell in Palmetto. Yeah, it is a little crappy that they won't sell up there. And we'll see how this thing is. This gun might suck. Who knows? But yeah. Take it, shoot it, sell it, whatever. But I like that two-tone. I like the threaded barrel. I think my 9mm can is rated for it because it is a high-pressure round, but I don't think it's so high pressure that it'll break anything. Brady, see you, dude. DB, you want the compact? Yeah. Well, now that's going to be the next gun for the video, for whatever, as soon as it shows up. So we got to wait for it to ship. So what are we at? 2.5 hours? I think we had some fun. Started showing some more stuff, figuring out the camera, how that works. So take a minute here. Everybody say goodbye. Had some fun. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I think that was a good purchase for that kind of money. And if I absolutely hate it, it'll just be trade fodder towards something else. I'll put a hollow sun on top of it. But yeah, there we go. Sweet Tiffany barrel. They call it the chameleon. But I like that. That ought to be a good gun for testing. Because this is also the only striker fired one. This is the striker fired 5.7, not the hammer fired one. Oh man, please don't get stuck looking at those. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't. Here we go. I want to buy. See what Dodge has. Do they still have? Do they show Dodges anymore? They used to show the Vipers, but apparently they're not showing them anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. There's 195 of them. I'm guessing these are all going to be Hellcats. Yep, SRT Hellcat, Demon, Hellcat, Scat Pack. Got that sitting outside. 83 Ram Charger. Oh, actually some old shit. Yeah, car that was in Scottsdale. You know that was probably one they were going to try to run through there. Scottsdale. So, yeah, it's all Barrett Jackson crap. There's that Ram SRT-10. So, yeah, it's all crap. It's all what I expected. All right, guys. Dave, you can't get it in Cali. No, because of the threaded barrel. You cannot get that gun in California. It says right on it when you go to order it, they will not ship to New Jersey, Massachusetts, New York, California, or I think it said Tennessee for some reason. I wasn't 100% sure. I wasn't paying any attention. So, yeah, isn't that crazy? But yeah. Viper truck. I'd get the Viper truck. Although I'd really like a wide body SRT. Although not with the stupid cover on the front lip. That was just dumb. Oh, one guy said it was cool, and then everybody thought they were cool. They're not. Yeah, the problem with this version of the Viper truck is that it's the older engine, so it's the 500 and something horsepower, so it's the 8.3, not the 8.4. So 3.9 liter 6-cylinder. Good old Barrett Jackson. And it's saying it's all-wheel drive, even though it's rear-wheel drive. What a bunch of turd nuggets. Yeah, so, alright guys, I think I'm done. I gotta get out. I meant to go pieces, I meant to go deuces, I didn't mean to do that. I went that. Hi, bye. You're up. So, anyways, I'm out. You guys out? I'm out. we've been hanging out. I'll come back. I'll actually have something on the menu for the live stream next week. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. If people come in and subscribe and just dip out, that helps the channel. You need to buy a used tank, like a, yeah, okay. Only 500. Dude, Challenger sitting outside has 500. And Alfa Romeo Giulia has 507. Alrighty, Dave. Thanks for coming for another one. Sorry, it didn't go too terribly long. I just can't run till 11 o'clock. Yep, I'll be back on Monday. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to have some better information. Obviously, the PSA won't be here by then, but yeah, we'll see what happens. If I get anything else fun, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, you guys come back for the next video. Say hi to me, and we'll see what happens. See if they took my money yet. Palmetto hasn't taken my money yet, so I have to wait and see what happens. I am going to now end this live stream in the coolest way possible. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Get out of here, guys. Go home. Have a nice night. Talk to you guys later. I'll be helping at my buddy's store. Maybe I'll do a little bit of live streaming from there. But till then, love you.